Welcome to this session of OpenMentor.net on flowchart. Flowchart is nothing but a pictorial representation of tasks. We do daily tasks, but we do a step-by-step process in every task. Let us take a simple example. Sending an email. So we first go to home page, then we do login, then we click compose, then we type the email, then send. If you want to do this again and again, send multiple mail, then you do this portion repeatedly, and then finally you log out. This is a simple process. So if you number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there are several steps. Writing it in a textual way is called algorithm. But putting this into a picture, in a consistent picture, is called flowchart. So there are some standard symbols being used. Standard symbols. Across the world, all the computer science people and mechanical engineering people, and for all the engineering people, use these standard symbols for flowchart. What are those symbols? This is called connector. A connector is a simple circle. A rectangular shape, but with curved or rounded edges, is called start, stop. My drawing may not be that great, so pardon me. And then a simple rectangle is treated as process. You do something, it's called process. That's the rectangle. Anything you have this parallelogram, this is called either input or output. It is displayed on the screen, or you are entering through keyboard, you use input or output, use this parallelogram. There's a diamond. This is called decision. This is a decision symbol. Any arrow mark like this is loop. That means you are repeating. Loop is also repeat process. Then any arrow, the direction of the process, the flow. Basically, you move from one step to another step. You will also use something like this, a rectangle with two bars at the end. It is called sub process. So you can have another flowchart. Give the name of the flowchart here. It means a sub process. Also, occasionally you may be printing something. If you have a portion of the rectangle, then at the bottom, if you have a curved edge, it's called print out, because many times you print the information, and then for example in the bank you print the statement, or you update your passbook, something like that. It's a printout. Anytime you save the information, this is called disk. This symbol is used for disk. In case you are using CD-ROM or tapes to store the information, you can use this symbol, tape or CD. These are all the standard symbols that people use for flowcharting techniques. Let us convert this text, whatever we have seen over here, into a simple flowchart. Always you start with this symbol, start, Then it says login. A login is an input process, right? So you have to type user ID and password. So you write the text inside the parallelogram. You have to do like this: login, user ID, password. Then from here to here you draw the arrow like this. So first start your program, then login, user ID, password. Then again, home page I have not used over here. I assume that it is the person has already visited the home page. Then compose. It can have multiple steps. Let me say click new or compose. This is a simple step. This is not an input, though it is not a typing input, so I am using the rectangle. Then type to CC subject body. This is an input, so it's a keyboard input, so I am using the parallelogram. Always draw this arrow. Then once you enter all these things, click send. This is a rectangle. Okay, now I have done the send part. I want to do more emails. I want to send more emails. Then you can always do a decision diagram. Before that, you write the text. Want to send more? You draw a diamond like this. A diamond is a decision maker. I want to say yes. The diamond always has yes and then no, because in a decision you have got two possibilities, yes or no. So I want to send more emails. Again, I don't have to do login once again. All I need to do is I can start from here, right? So put the arrow and then make it join over here. So if you want to send more, again go back to this step, click new compose, it repeats. No, you say click log out, then stop. For start and stop you use this symbol. So if you see this flowchart, you start here, you stop here, same symbol. Any typing input, you always use the parallelogram. Any click or the other steps, you use this rectangle. Any decisions, you use this diamond. Any repetition process, you use this arrow mark. This is a simple flowchart. So any step-by-step process, whether you go to the bank, do something, whether you go to the library, do something, you have to go to the shop and then purchase something, anything can be converted to a step-by-step process. Step-by-step process. If you are able to convert anything to the step-by-step process, you can convert those things into a meaningful flowchart. By seeing the flowchart, you can understand much better rather than reading a lot of text. Flowcharts are an integral part of software development process, because using flowcharts you can define this is how my program should work. So you can use flowchart for understanding, or whatever you have done as a programming part, you can use that as a documentation. So either way, the flowchart works the developers or the end users. We will end this session here. Thank you.